We are going to start on the directed drawing of our frog. Find one of your white rectangles and hold it vertically or tall and lay it in front of you on your table. Grab your black crayon, just like we do our directed drawing in class. And here we go with our frog. The first part we're going to draw are the eyeballs. So we're going to make 2 circles, kind of towards the top of the page. Inside those circles, we're going to make 2 smaller circles. And if you'd like, you can color in just a little bit on the inside so that it looks like an actual eye. Now we're going to work on his head. You're going to start from the outside of one eye and go all the way around to the outside of the other. Watch me first. Then you're going to connect between both eyes in a little short line like this. So it kind of looks like an oval shape. While we're there, we're going to go ahead and make his smile. Now we're going to work on his body. From under his face, we're going to come all the way down, like there. Now we're going to get the other side and try to match it. On either side, we're going to make his legs. It's kind of going to look like a little hump. Start close to where your shoulder would be. Hump out, down, and like that. And we're going to stop. And we're going to do one on the other side. Up, down, around, and stop. Now, we need to make his little webbed feet. So where we just left off from our legs, we're going to make little webbed feet like this, and you're going to do the other side the same. Now frogs have 4 legs, so we're going to add 2 more in the middle. So from the inside, we're going to make 2 lines down, and then on the other side, we're going to make 2 more lines down. Now I'm going to make a little curved line at the top so it actually looks like his little legs there, and then we're going to make little webbed feet on this one also. Kind of looks, when the webbed feet kind of look like a bunch of little triangles, just to kind of finish off the legs. From around the bottom of the legs, I'm going to make it look like mine is kind of sitting on like a little lily pad. So that way I have something to kind of color in a little bit later. Now that finishes up the directed drawing of our frog. You will color the frog in kind of shades of green. The lily pad can be shades of green, and then his background can be blue. Make sure you leave the white part of his eyes white, so our paper's white, so you shouldn't have to add any color there. We'll be back in just a few minutes to do the next directed drawing. Now for the directed drawing of a chick. Grab another white piece of paper, hold it vertically or tall, lay it in front of you. Grab your black crayon, and here we're going to begin. We're going to draw a circle towards the middle to top part of our paper, like this. That's going to be our chick's head. Inside that circle, draw a smaller circle, like this. That's going to be his eyeball. Inside, I want you to make kind of like a crescent moon shape for his eye, like this, and color it in kind of black, like so. While we're there, you can have yours kind of pointing upward towards the outside. We're going to make his beak. You're going to make 2 lines slightly leaning toward each other, like this. Notice I did not close mine in yet. We're going to use a small V shape to close it in, like this. There is your head of your chicken with your beak. Now we're going to add a round kind of circular shape for his body. We're going to start on one side of his head and finish on the other side. Like that. Now we're going to add a tail with a couple of little tail feathers on the back side of the circle you just drew. Watch me first. And there's a little tail feather. While we're inside the body, we're going to make like a little smiley face to help show his wings. Like that. And chickens, we all know, have scrawny little legs and pointy little toes. So we're going to make two little legs coming straight down that circle and pointy little toes. 1, 2, 3 with one in the back. And the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3 with one little one in the back. Just like that. You have finished your directed drawing of your chick. Now you will color it in. You can choose. Our chicks are different colors. We have one that's black. We have one that's yellow. We have a couple that are yellow with brown. Some of them have stripes. You decide what color to color your chicken. I would like for you to add some detail to this picture on the outside. You can pretend that he's on a farm. You can pretend he's outside in the yard. Your choice. So add some more details to create a setting for your chick. We will be back in just a minute with the next directed drawing. Now we're ready for our directed drawing of a butterfly. Most of you have drawn a butterfly and some art piece already with kindergarten, or maybe last year in your 4-year-old class, or even at home to try to decorate for spring. Drawing a butterfly is very easy. If you already know how to do it, go ahead, grab your next white piece of paper, keep it vertical or tall, lay it in front of you, and you may begin drawing your butterfly. If you're not sure or need a little bit of help, that's okay. And here we go. I'm going to start with the body of the butterfly. And if we all remember, a butterfly begins as a caterpillar. So you're going to want to kind of make like a caterpillar shape. So I'm going to make kind of like a long, really skinny oval, except for I'm going to go back and add a couple of lines for some extra detail in my body. So here we go with the body of our butterfly. Notice my shape is not perfect. That's okay. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add some lines detailed to my body, like so. You guys can do the same if you'd like, up to you. On either side, I'm going to make the wings. The wings are kind of like the shape of the number 3. We're going to go ahead on the right side, make my small hump, and then I'm going to make my big hump to come around and hook back on the other side. And then I'm going to do the same for the other side, except my 3 is going to look a little backwards this time. Small hump and larger hump. On top, I'm going to make my antenna. I like to make the antenna of mine a little curly, like so. And then I'm going to add a little bit of dimension or depth, a little bit of added features into my wings. I like to make them look like they're actually butterfly wings. So I add little detail there. I also like to add the pieces on so it looks like an extension of what used to be my caterpillar. So I add these little lines there. If you want, you can add some extra little curves, some extra little lines in, just to help your butterfly look a little more realistic. That's up to you guys. You may color your butterfly in whatever color you would like. The butterflies that are currently growing in our Kinder Prep office that Miss Carla posts pictures of, they're called painted lady butterflies. So you can always Google painted lady butterfly. They have a little bit of a brown, little bit of orange. You guys have seen them before, especially those that were in our 4s program. Behind my butterfly, I want you guys to add some extra pieces. Give it a setting. Is he flying? Is he landing on a tree? What's our butterfly doing? If I were saying that mine was flying, for example, I might add what looks like a tree tops down here at the bottom of my actual picture. I might add some clouds in the sky, something like this, so that it actually looks like maybe he's flying away. It's totally up to you. You guys be very creative, fill it all in, color your butterfly in. Most of you have probably, like I said, done this before, so just add lots of detail and we'll be right back. And for our last white rectangular piece of paper, we are going to draw a flower. Most of you know how to draw a flower. If you do, go ahead, just like we've done for the last three, take your piece of paper, your last white piece of paper, hold it vertically, which is tall, lay it down in front of you, use your black crayon, and go ahead and start a flower. If you're unsure, that's okay. You can go step by step with me. Otherwise, just wait until you see the final product of our art science life cycle window. So here we go with our plant or our flower. I like to start with the actual inside of my flower and then do my petals and then add on the stem and the leaves. So I'm going to start with the inside of my flower. I'm going to make a small circle. I like to add a little bit of like a wavy line through mine. Just likes to add a special touch to the inside of my flower. One of my favorites are daisies. So I like to add, when I draw flowers, I like to make mine look more like a daisy. So I'm going to add petals all the way around, like so, until I have a bunch of petals all the way around the inside of my flower. Like that. Now I'm going to add the little lines to add some extra detail so that it actually looks like my petals. Makes it a little three-dimensional, I think. Now I'm going to add my stem. When I add my stem, it doesn't have to come straight down. I always kind of like to make mine curved because, you know, flowers, they kind of curve toward the sunshine. So I'm going to start from the side here. I'm going to come down with my stem. I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a second line. That way I have something to color in for my stem. While I'm on my stem, I'm going to add some leaves. Simple little shapes. Like so. While I'm in my leaves, I'm going to add the lines to my leaves. So a line straight down. And then with my leaves, I like to add the little ribs. Makes my leaf to my flower look a little more alive. Now my flower, I'm going to have it growing out of the ground. So on the bottom of mine, I'm going to make it look like up down to resemble what might look like the grass growing underneath the flower. You can make some tall lines, you can make short lines, it can be all short lines if you want, up to you. I'm going to have mine, since I have mine turned toward the sun, I'm going to start over here at the corner and I'm going to go ahead and make myself a sunshine that is has the face of my flower here turned toward the sunshine. You guys all know how to do that. You can add as much or as little detail as you want, but try to be, remember with your kindergarten coloring skills, make sure that whatever you've drawn, that the colors are true, that you're staying in your lines, and that they're real. So no, my sun's not going to be purple. My sun's going to be yellow. Your flower can be whatever color you want, but what color is your grass? Sometimes you might look right outside now. Grass might not be so green. That's okay. If you want to add a little bit of brown and a little green down there for your grass, that is completely fine. We have finished up all 4 of our pictures for our directed drawing. So the next thing you're going to see is our finished product. We are going to take all 4 pictures, and on that bright orange piece of cardstock, we're going to glue them down so that it looks like a window that you are looking through for each separate piece. And I'll be right back to show you our final product. Your finished product should look something like this. Go ahead and glue your 4 drawings onto your orange paper so that it resembles a window that you would look out to see your frog, your chick, your butterfly, and your plant. Thanks for watching.